Radical. Welcome to Radical Rapid Fire Combat Response for June 21st through June 27, 2021. Short comments, quick replies. Silver Music Box. MGR claims to be broke a few months later after getting tons of donations. Hey, look, I'm in Japan now. Is it that hard to understand? It is very hard for some people to understand. I can map it out in a series of uploads as I did years ago, linking all the donations he got, stealthy begging for the basement leak, and then magically appears in Japan. You can do those type of uploads, but you're not going to get through to everybody. Some people's skulls are just too thick to get through to. Covenant Lazarus. No refund policy equals stay the fuck away. When it comes to something like the auto blow, kind of weird getting a return on that. I think it's kind of weird that you can return underwear and socks to places. Just like, how nasty is that, certain things you shouldn't be able to return. You shouldn't be able to. That's what some people would say. And I don't know. If you don't break it, I guess I can wash it out, Just is kind of weird, returning like items of that nature. Or, going back to an adult shop and returning an item. Maybe you don't wash it thoroughly. Just... Jero DK12. How's that Earthworm Jim game? Well, I haven't seen any more Earthworm Jim 4 footage. I have not. And I don't know. When it does come out, here's a weird thing. Here's a weird idea. Okay. Will the Intellivision Amico last long enough for the game to come out? Or when it ultimately does come out, will it just pretty much wind up releasing on consoles that, haven't died by then? 9EG. I get the phone argument, but some people, like myself included, hate the things. I got rid of mine years ago. It just never stopped ringing and beeping. Yeah, phones can be annoying with all the ringing and the beeping, but they are very important. Do you mean like smartphones and you got rid of a smartphone, but maybe you have a home phone and everything? The pros outweigh the cons, basically. Look at it this way. You're out somewhere and you get stranded, and you're in like maybe a bad neighborhood, right? You lock your car doors, you call AAA, you call somebody, right? Before phones, you would actually have to get out and walk to find a payphone. No, okay. Phones are very, but they do ring and beep. But that's part of it. You have to deal with it, right? This is part of it. Troy Boko, GTA 4. Nico, it's your cousin in the bowling simulator. Yeah. That's one annoying thing about GTA 4. That wasn't one innovation I liked. Constantly getting those messages. Again, we just talked about like the phone messages. It's bad enough in real life you get the ringing and the beeping, right? But, if it's like, trim booty calls or something like that, then that's a different story. But I don't know. Like, there should have been an option in that game just to tell him to F off. F off. I don't want to go bowling today. Let me call you when I want to go bowling. Reptilian Richard Ramirez. Haha, this thing is going to fail so hard. You'd have to be clinically insane to buy one of these things over a Nintendo Switch. Yeah, part of this cult, the Amico cult, if those people aren't getting paid off or they have promises from Tallarico, I just don't see how any of them are really that excited about it. After actually, everything that's come out and revealed about it. Like, would you be excited to pay $300 for essentially the tech from a mobile phone that came out like 5-6 years ago? Would you be excited about that? Maddie's Great Adventures. Hi, and I hope you are doing great. I had a talk with Roy from the Merkins, and he's a great guy. I take back everything I said about him in the past. It was wrong of me to say that. Here's the thing, Maddie, right? Here's the thing. You can sometimes get involved, like personally with people or know people and everything, and sometimes things get different. I don't know what you and Roy had going on. I'm not sure. But, when I look at something, I just ask myself, is this person an e-bagger? Are they e-begging? Do they fall into the e-begging category? I don't look at things personally. It's not personal. For me, it's just basically like, it's another day just... going somewhere and actually making like a, criticism, I don't put the personal stuff in it. I'm fair and objective, right? By the same token, if MGR does something really interesting or good or whatever, then I might shine a light on that because I'm fair and objective, right? The key, Maddie, is basically just not to let your emotions get involved with whatever it is. Just call it as you see it and let the chips fall where they may. Vic Viper. Most Xbox 360s have died of the red ring of death, and most fat PS3s have died of the yellow light of death. I wonder when the Amico dies, what kind of color is it going to let off and everything? Well, we probably won't have to worry about that because, poor Cells is going to kill it. Zing. Sean A. I'm sure Patreon paid for a foot rub in Japan for MGR. He probably has, from a lot of that Basement League money, he could probably afford to get a lot more than a foot rub, Be tickle his hidden gems over there. Rune Mamba. Damn, I'm sure the 360 PS3 players will be upset. All 6 of them. You're talking about the GTA 5 going offline? Okay, I hear you, Rune Mamba. How about right now we start to dust off our 360s and get back online? Let's just be a ground swelling of people to get back on there. I wonder if they would actually change things around. I don't know. Probably still not. But I'm curious to see how many people are actually still on there. Sirbot42. Still can't believe the E3 thing with the system is real. If this thing had a booth, it'd be next to a vending machine and a bathroom in the exhibit hall. That'd be kind of funny. I think Tommy Tellerico himself would be holding the Amico. He would have a controller, and he would be offering it to other people to want to play, but everyone would just be walking by him. It'd just be very, very, very sad. Except Brett Weiss. Brett Weiss would be right there, and he's like, hey, buddy, you look sad. I'll play Amico with you. Rune Mamba. Did you see Joel Embiid's reaction when he gave up that wide-open dunk, Ben Simmons? He looked like he wanted to slap Ben. What kind of an all-star doesn't attempt a single shot in the fourth quarter in the last 4 games of that series? I think he should go play in China and come back when he stops being scared to do his job. Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. $30 million. $30 million to not take a shot in the fourth quarter. I think he's gone from Philly. I think they're going to at least try to trade him. I know Indiana had an offer, but that didn't go through. Just that expression, looking at Joel Embiid, it kind of reminded me of LeBron James when he looked at J.R. Smith. Yeah, J.R. Smith in 2018 when he, did that stupidness, It's just not a good sign. Not a good sign when you have that kind of look from your star player, Ben Simmons, at another supposedly star player. Sean A. I think Xbox was the best at E3 this year, but the Nintendo fans get excited about DLC and party games. If Nintendo didn't reveal Metroid, it would have been bad. Can't wait for Halo Infinite multiplayer. Looked great, and the graphics for Forza looked crazy. Yeah, Halo Infinite looked pretty good. I won't say great. I'd have to see more of that. And Forza, the graphics were good, but I don't know what it is. When they did the cutscenes and then it went to the gameplay, it seemed like it wasn't nearly as good. Or maybe we've just been spoiled with how good Forza looks. Or maybe it's just, maybe I didn't have my resolution up high enough. Maybe it's on me. I mean, they look good, but I just wasn't blown away is what I'm saying. GT Carcion. If you went to a YouTube channel with a Patreon and attached to it and you suggested that they replace the word donate with handout, I have no doubt the idea would be welcomed with open arms. I think you were being sarcastic there. Yeah, they should, instead of please donate, they should just rephrase it, please give me a handout. Right? Because it's essentially what it is. TG5455. Ever since he came out, his jersey sales become top seller. Not that there's anything wrong with that, Seinfeld reference, but it could be used as a way for a well-known that has his average football career used as a way to be well-known. Okay, to be well-known for something other than his football career and everything. Well, we see this a lot in sports, actually. It's more common than not, where a player gets really popular for things that have nothing to do with their playing abilities. Look at Tim Tebow. I mean, yeah, he was pretty good, but Tim Tebow is one of the most famous sports players ever. And a lot of that, the Tebowing and everything like that, that really had nothing to do with his playing ability. What are some examples that you all know of a player that had big jersey sales or had a big fandom around them, but they really weren't particularly that good?